Hello, dear Aquarius. This is your astrology for November 2019 with Alicia Yusuf, having a look at the month ahead and your power days and days to watch as well to see what may come up. So, first off, really, it's been a power year for you in many ways. Having Jupiter in your 11th house is hopefully been bringing you lots of opportunities. It's the house of hopes and wishes, of big dreams, and of where you give out, getting as much, if not more, in return. So I'm sure for you there's been a lot of joy around communities, friendships, any bigger groups that you belong to, and that sense of wanting to be that true humanitarian that you are, of making the world the best possible place it can be. So this month ahead, it starts with Venus joining Jupiter in that area of your chart, and a sense that there's so much that can happen from this. We've got the two benefics in both that same area of the sky, and really make the most of any opportunities you've got in this place. It's interesting because as well, at the same time, you do have a lot going on in your career house. You still have the sun there in Scorpio, and Mars joins in there in Scorpio on the 19th of this month. So that as well for you, there's a lot of activity around your career, around a professional space. It could mean potentially that you are busy. This is definitely a aspect for getting things done at work. So if there are specific projects you really need to get energy into and get activity around, you can definitely focus on that from this month. Before that, however, we do have the full moon in Taurus in your house of family. That's happening on the 12th of November, and that's where you will feel the pull between home and work, where it's like, okay, what do I need to do with home and family, and how can I put all this energy into work as well and have a focus there and be with my career. So it'll be an interesting one where it'll feel like you're at two polarities, but if you can draw back and see it from the bigger picture, the solution should become clear. You, Aquarius, your gift really is thinking laterally and finding solutions that others would never think of. So just employing that kind of mind to this. As well, later in the month, we have this beautiful conjunction between Jupiter and Venus. So as Venus slides up to Jupiter on the 24th of November, it's a super powerful day for you. So make the most of it, grab any opportunities or create them. It's a day to launch things. It's a day to start something, perhaps not something new, perhaps something you've been building up to, but this is you potentially offering wisdom or teaching or knowledge into your community or into your friends or into a group at large, and helping out in that space. Just a couple of days later, on the 26th, 27th of Australia, 27th of November in Australia, we have that new moon in Sagittarius, and that's happening in that same sector as well. So you may have a look back on the year ahead, the year past, and what's happened, and to get a sense of what you have achieved, and therefore can help you have a look in the direction where you want to go into the future. So this is a super powerful new moon for you, and it's a big goal setting plan. This isn't just for the month ahead. This is year plan, 5-year plan, even potential year plan. This is the house of the future for you, or for all of us. This is the house of the future. So having your new moon here is what we call a granddaddy power period. So make the most, set some big intentions under this new moon, and really then put the action into place afterwards to help things really grow and manifest. And lastly, one of the trickier aspects this month for you to watch, on the 8th of November, the 8th and the 9th of November, we have the Sutton and Neptune meeting in the sky. This is that Mary Poppins Return song I keep talking about. Can you imagine that? So it's the sense that when life seems really serious and where things feel a bit like you're in Groundhog Day, to bring in some imagination and creativity into your world will really help be like the spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. So if you can find some creative outlet that day, or some ways to play, or just connect to higher things, this is quite a spiritual aspect as well, a chance to really ground it and bring it into the physical world. Any big hopes and dreams and visions you may have, Saturn's a perfect anchor for that. So there is a sense that, you know, on that day, especially because the sun in Scorpio in your 10th house of career will be shining a spotlight on this aspect as well for you. So use it as well, but carefully, I'd say. Make sure that it's not you muddying up the waters. This is earth and water together. Things can get a bit muddy, or can be floating off into cloudland and not necessarily making things realistic. So there does need to be the pragmatic, the logical, as well as the intuitive in the dream state of the both. And as well, then later in the month, on the 14th of November and again the 28th of November, Mercury does come and make a sextile to Saturn. And this is a chance for you to speak out loud about any of the difficulties you may have been facing internally with the whole Saturn in Capricorn transit. So these are where you may have to be doing a lot of hard work around what's unconsciously holding you back, or potentially where you're feeling trapped or where you're feeling imprisoned, and working out how can you get past these. This takes the long-term strategies with Saturn and really looking into the future. So on the 14th of November, it may be a chance to really think inwardly on what this looks like and what it feels like. And coming from that professional space, it may be quite literally where you feel stopped or stuck professionally, and how you can have a think about it and reassess your own skills and your own talents to see actually what you are able to produce. And then later in the month, on the 28th of November, this is after Mercury has gone direct. That direct motion happens on the 20th. And once that happens, this is a chance to actually speak out anything that you were ruminating on around the 14th. So I wish you so much luck and success in the month ahead. And look, wish to see you again soon. Bye.